Ma'am, please start the class.
Ma'am, please class to start.
And Baldy, your microphone is on.
Sir, you can start the class, sir.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Sanjay.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hello,
Hello.
Yes, good
uh,
afternoon, sir.
yeah, good afternoon. Hello,
Hello.
hello, Vaidevan.
Your microphone.
Hello,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, start the class.
am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall we start or we have to wait
Yes,
for
yes,
some
sir.
time?
No, sir, not necessary. We can start the class. It's already something.
Okay, already we are late and yesterday I'm sorry and I apologize because I have a meeting yesterday with the government and so I have cancelled the lecture and today I'll take a lecture on this waste management, the administrative aspect and the managerial aspect. Hello, Vaidevan. Hello,
Hello.
Vaidevan.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Sir.
Share the screen, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it visible to all of you? The screen. Hello.
No, sir.
No, sir, nothing is
Wait,
visible.
nothing visible. Vaidevan, make it visible. Share. Hello. Vaidevan.
Hello.
Yes,
Vaidevan.
sir. Sir, 10 minutes.
Screen share करो. हाँ. Okay, we'll start your this certificate course of the waste management, basically waste management, healthcare waste management. So first of all of us should know the various kind of the waste that we generate in the healthcare facilities. So majority is the biomedical waste that we generate in the form of the solid and liquid waste. Then other waste is the general waste that we generate from various areas like kitchen and all. Uh, from the ward and all the procedural area, OT, then OPD and wards, other procedure rooms. We generate the biomedical waste and as per the amendment to 2016 and various amendments till date up to 21. There are various amendments and the generation, the internal transportation, then temporary storage, and the final disposal. The disposal of the various kind of waste is the sole liability of the occupier, and so various administrative procedures that administrator has to follow, and we have to follow the various rules and regulations given by the various act, and all the act comes with the Environmental Protection Act 1985 and other acts that comes after that, the Biomedical Waste Management Act, then Solid Waste Management Act, and the Hazardous Waste Management Act. So now is it visible to you?
Sir, it's
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
visible, but
Sir,
there is lot of disturbance that's coming in.
a little bit
Hello?
louder, sir.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Hello?
audible.
Okay. So the various responsibility of the administrator and administrative aspect of the healthcare facility. Uh, so first of all, as I mentioned that everyone should know, the administrators should know the various kind of the waste that we are generating, various legal responsibilities of the administrator that uh, should be followed by the administration and the management. So, majority we focus on the biomedical waste management and the solid waste management act. Uh, every state has now the clinical establishment act, which also asks for the biomedical waste generation, how many kind of the waste generation is there in the healthcare facility, the quantity and the type varies. So first of all, the all healthcare facilities should have this clinical establishment act registration. Without that, you cannot start this facility. And majority of the state has this clinical establishment act now. Uh, for that, the waste management certification and certification for the air and water as per the Air and Water Act, it is also mandatory because that is also waste that we are generating in various form, the liquid waste that we are generating. So that is the first administrative responsibility of the administrative and legal responsibility of the administration to have this kind of the registration. Under this clinical establishment, you should have the registration for this biomedical waste generation as per the Act 2098 and then amendment in 2002 and other latest amendment in 2016. As per all of you know that as per the new guideline, there are four categories of the biomedical waste generation: the red, blue, white, and this yellow. The major solid waste which is generated in this four color coded category that we have to follow. The proper transport segregation, the important step of the administration to develop a committee for the waste management, the waste generation, transportation, temporary storage, and final disposal. For the waste management, this committee, it should be it can be a part of the HICC or there should be a separate. There can be a separate committee for the waste management, which look after the uh, this generation, the segregation, then temporary transportation, internal transportation, then temporary storage and final disposal. As per the Act, there are various forms, Form 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 final. So the various forms are given in the Act also, this application that you have to do as per the bed, because the generation is as per the bed capacity, and after application the pollution control board will come and evaluate the facility, whether the facility has the proper segregation bins and all, the staff is trained for the segregation. So that is also a administrative responsibility of the uh, healthcare provider to train all the staff, those who are dealing with the healthcare waste, all kind of waste. So without the training, the segregation, proper segregation is not possible. So all the staff should be trained properly in the waste segregation and also in the safety aspect also, because healthcare facility and provider has to train all the staff, those who are working and dealing in the waste, in the occupational safety. So the training of the segregation of occupational safety is the responsibility of the committee and the administrator also. Then the administrative aspect is to provide the proper budget and proper facility, material and equipment which are required for the segregation, leak-proof transportation, internal transportation, temporary storage, budget for the immunization of the staff, those who are dealing with the waste immunization, if they are dealing with the biomedical waste, then immunization for the hepatitis B vaccination, then yeah, the tetanus vaccination, those who are dealing with the food, the hepatitis A and typhoid and all. So these all should be in a plan of the administration to provide the budget, to provide the appropriate requirement for the healthcare worker, the facility for this immunization, safety, provision for the safety gadgets like safety shoes, PPE kit, and all during transportation, gloves and all, proper rubber gloves and all. Then the training, provision of the equipment, provision of the material, legal registration, then compliance of all the registration, then annual return, day by day and weekly and monthly reporting, number of quantity of the waste generation. Administration should monitor this waste, how much quantity is generated, various one categories, and finally the annual return file or report. Just we are doing the return of the annual income in the income tax department. Every healthcare facility should file a return of the waste that they have generated. So these are the administrative aspects that one healthcare facility should follow for the biomedical waste generation and the solid waste also. And all the facility should do audit regularly, the quantity and type of waste generated. And the committee, as I mentioned, the infection control committee or the waste management committee, they should focus on the reduction of the waste and follow the cycle or follow the rule of 3R, the reduce, reuse and recycle. On the basis of the audit data, they have to focus or try to reduce the waste generation, try to reuse the waste if they are generating the liquid waste, so in the form of this STP and ETP, when we have a lecture or we have a uh, presentation of the liquid waste management, then explain in detail about the liquid waste management, the reuse, how we can reuse the waste. Okay. So after the treatment of the liquid waste, the liquid which is treated liquid which we can use in the gardening or any other ways, so that can be followed, the reuse, then recycling, the uh, the plastic waste that we are using in the form of this the ringer lactate pint and dextrose and IV fluid pint, particularly that we can after the proper disinfection and treatment, we can send it or send it to the registered buyer for the recycling of this kind of waste. So the Environmental Protection Act particularly follow these three kind of the R, the reuse, recycle, and reduce. So the this is also a responsibility of the healthcare administrator to focus on the audit, regular audit, quarterly, 6 monthly, or annual audit. So that will again reduce the cost of the management also. So these are the administrative aspect that can be followed by the administrator, all the healthcare facilities administration. I've been given two lectures for administration, but it is a small topic that you have to follow, or you have to follow all the rules and regulations. So regularly visit of the common biomedical waste treatment facility, because now as per the Biomedical Waste Management Act, all the treated waste, all the waste which is generated by the healthcare facility is transported to the common biomedical waste treatment facility, and the common biomedical waste treatment facility will finally dispose as per the guideline of the biomedical waste management rule. As for the solid waste, which is not biomedical waste, non-biomedical waste, which is treated by the municipal corporation or in the municipal small taluka areas, they are treating as the solid waste as per the different methods are like dumping and like that. But there is a strictly prohibition of the burning of any kind of waste. Even in the biomedical waste management guideline, they have mentioned that all the uh, waste which is incinerated, that should be reduced. So they are focusing on the reduction in the waste which can be incinerated and to reduce the environmental pollution. So these all are the uh, focus point. As I mentioned, audit, uh, the basic focus should be on the audit of the waste generation. As I mentioned, the audit kind of the waste which is generated, type of the waste which is generated, quantity of the waste which is generated. Even audit should focus on the segregation aspect, whether the proper segregation is being done. Otherwise, the non-biomedical waste um, is mixed with the biomedical waste. If there is no proper segregation, the quantity of the biomedical waste, which is very hazardous, should be increased. So the proper segregation is a key step in the management of every kind of the waste. Even as per the solid waste management act, there are two color coded. You have seen everywhere that green. Initially, it was a part of the biomedical waste, the color coding, but now the green bag or green container and the blue container, these two separate containers are for the non-biomedical solid waste segregation. Everywhere you can see in the municipal corporation area or anywhere at the bus stop and the railway station and or airport, you you can see this green and blue container for the segregation of the waste. So that kind of the waste, kitchen waste and the recyclable waste, the biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So all the recyclable waste will go into the blue and the recyclable, this biodegradable will kitchen waste will go into the green container everywhere. So the proper segregation will help in the proper final disposal treatment. Otherwise, if there is mixing of the waste, then the final disposal will be very difficult if we mix. So the Solid Waste Management and Biomedical Waste Management Act will focus, and the Liquid Waste Management, the three kind of waste that we are generating in the any kind of the healthcare facility. So the liquid waste will manage as per the Liquid Waste Management Act. Even for the liquid waste that we are generating from the laboratory, blood bank, and all other areas, it should be treated either through the effluent treatment plant or the STP. So again, it's a responsibility of the administration to have this STP or ETP for the treatment of the liquid waste. Uh, so and it should be drained. The treated water should be drained after the proper uh, criteria which is given as per the Liquid Waste Management Act in the Biomedical Waste Management Act amendment rule. Should be as per the criteria. It should be drained in the common municipal drain. So these all are the responsibility of the administration and administrator that should be followed, and just like key, because these all are the ways that no one is focusing on the waste generation, segregation, and final, because ultimately all are affecting the pollutions, the environment in any in all the way. Other the liquid sources, the water sources are getting polluted, and the solid waste, which is also doing the pollution of this land and all. And biomedical waste is very dangerous. That is causing various so many epidemics like epidemic of the hepatitis and all, that is in Gujarat and all other area also. That is because of the using of reuse of the kind of the leaders and all. So this is also a responsibility of the administration. Another thing that is also as per the NACO guideline, if any healthcare worker is getting the needle prick or needle stick injuries, and the administration should uh, uh, follow the NACO guideline and provide all the treatment to the healthcare workers free of cost. Um, and they have to follow the guideline and regularly keep follow up of this needle stick injury worker up to the 6 months or more, whether they are getting infected through the HIV and HPSAG or and all the occupational hazard that is taken care of by the administration. So these all are the administrative aspects that one should follow, and one should know those who are dealing with the administration of the healthcare facility. So this is simply that I it is given in detail, because I have not gone in this detail which is given in the books, but the practical aspect that the one should know. So these are the waste management and administrative aspects of the waste management. So any questions regarding this right now? Till now? Hello? Hello? Hello?
हाँ sir.
Ah. Any questions regarding the administrative aspect? How to deal with the waste, how legally, how to register, how to transport. Hello,
हाँ जी सर.
hello. Any questions? Hello.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I have a one query. Hello.
I have a one query, sir.
Okay. Yes, please.
Sir, as per this guideline for you are saying, there's any administrative role for the monitoring of this waste management?
Yeah, every act has given the regular monitoring because every act has given that should be a committee uh, for the waste management. Either it should be a part of the HICC Hospital Infection Control Committee, or there should be a separate waste management committee that should follow all the guidelines. That should do the audit and also file the return of the waste that they have generated and kind of the waste that they have generated should be
Sir,
given in all the act, in the Biomedical Waste Management Act also, and in the Solid Waste Management Act also.
sir, is it there any guideline for as a nursing homes and the lesser bedded hospitals?
Yeah, it is applicable to all the nursing homes. It is those who have a single bed, they should have this kind of the committee. They should follow the guideline.
Okay,
All
yeah. Thank you, sir.
because all the
And
nursing homes are generating all kind of waste. Even single nursing home with a single bed, they are also generating biomedical waste. They are also generating this kind of the waste. Even at the our home also, we are generating this solid waste.
Okay,
So the container we should keep two type of container, and now the Solid Waste Management Act also following this guideline. And if you have seen in the corporation container or those who are picking up the waste in the morning or any time, uh, they are also focusing on this segregation, the blue and green. And now there is no black color container or black color this bag in this solid waste management and this biomedical waste management act. Black is only for the radioactive and all. So that is a separate waste that we are generating, and majority of the this high care cancer centers and all, they are following that guideline. The radioactive waste that they are generating. So that is the another waste that we are generating in the higher institution. Those who are providing this cancer treatment and all. So for that, they have to take a permission or the legal license for this procuring this this radioactive waste and radioactive substance and their storage, then their final disposal also. So that is also a waste that we are generating. That is a fourth kind of the waste, fourth number of the waste that we are generating in the higher institution. So all these four are applicable to measure the higher institutions.
Sir,
And every this committee, I mentioned the committee, the function of the committee is to find out the kind of the waste that we are generating, then formulate the various policies and SOPs, then regular audits, then return filing of the waste. And the audit, the committee's role is to give the suggestions for the reduction of the waste. Then committee has to find out where we are lacking a deficit. They have to do gap analysis, audit, and finally provide the report to the administration to improve the waste management.
Anumam, please mute your mic. Sir, in continuation, there is another question is that is there is a
Okay.
compulsory for the training or evaluation of healthcare professionals?
Yeah, it is a part of the that every healthcare worker should know how to. Otherwise, the implementation of the waste management is not possible. So it should be compulsory to train all the worker, all the healthcare workers, those who are dealing with the waste. If they are dealing with the biomedical waste, then they should know what is biomedical waste and how can be segregated and how it can be transported. So training is compulsory. The occupational safety is compulsory. It is mandatory as per the act also.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Actually, if there is just a clinic, not they don't have any beds or anything, then what are the
Yeah.
guidelines they should follow?
Uh, for biomedical waste generation, there is no right now there is no need. But now, as per the Clinical Establishment Act, which is also focusing on the the basic requirement of this clinical establishment act is also a regist. You should be registered under the biomedical waste generation because you are generating even small quantity of the biomedical waste in the form of the needle, syringe, or all. If you are not giving any, you generating any biomedical waste, you are just examining and writing prescription. Then there is no need because you otherwise you have to prove that you are not generating biomedical waste. If you are not giving this, then you should have.
But then with the examination also, the gloves are used. So if it's a
Yeah,
gynae clinic and yeah,
yeah, then you should have. You should have.
okay.
Any questions? Hello.
So there is one more I wanted to ask. Like if I
Okay.
want to do a waste audit, so is
Okay.
there any specific questionnaire that I need to choose? Can you suggest something
Uh,
like that?
uh, you can develop your own questionnaire um, as per your the facility, as per the areas.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose you are doing audit of the big organization like a 500 bedded hospital or 100 bedded hospital, then there are multi speciality hospital. Then you should focus on the various areas that are generating the this waste. So you should have a separate tool for the biomedical waste generation. You should have a separate for the general audit, general waste, and liquid waste also. So you have to include areas, all areas, then the facilities available, infrastructure available, then the manpower available and trained, the training of the manpower and the quantity that they are generating, and finally the document that they are maintaining. And as per the areas, you can develop your tool. Then finally for entire facility, and also focus on the temporary storage area. You can develop your tool on the basis of the infrastructure available and the manpower available and trained, and the proper transportation component and the temporary storage and final disposal. So like that you can develop your own tool, and you can develop and your answers would be yes or no, or you can make remarks like that. You can do make your own audit tool and like a checklist, and you follow and prepare a gap
Got
report
it.
and you can submit to it.
So
But
is there anything like a
you should have
pre? Mhm. Yes, sir.
a separate tool for the separate kind of waste, not for mixing all, as I mentioned. Mm,
Okay. So is there
mm.
any pre-validated like if I want to like I'm working in a big facility, so it's like a
Okay.
2000 bedded facility. So is there any
Mm.
specific pre-validated tool that I can work on?
Yeah, government has given various tools for the management. the waste management, particularly for the biomedical waste management. They have given a checklist, uh, whether it is these facilities are available, and the staff are trained, proper segregation material is available, disinfection facility is available or not, committee is there, SOP is there or not, record maintenance is proper there or not. So there are validated tool which is available, uh, and government and this pollution control board has also provided to facility. If you will ask to the pollution control board, they have the this validated tool for the audit also.
Okay, sir.
So can we get these slides, sir?
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
I'll just put it into the box, chat box. You can download. Basically, I have to take a lecture on the this administrative and managerial aspect. It's simplest one that it is a fixed things because all is focusing under the act. So when there is an act, everyone has to follow. If they will not follow, then there is a provision for the punishment, fine, and all. Even pollution control board will close your facility if you are not following. So they have the power and authority to close your facility. So everyone has to follow this act. If you read all three acts, then you will find out the what are the basics, because all the acts are basically focused on this, which I have mentioned. And all because you should have I think lecture on the biomedical waste management and infection control and all in the facility in this CSAWM in detail. So but the administrative and managerial aspect is concerned that this is enough for you, and anything that you have any query in your mind, then you can raise.
Sir, can you give me a little recap of this?
Yeah, so simply the waste that we are generating in the healthcare facility is of four kinds. One is the biomedical waste, which is that is a very dangerous thing. That is a major component of the waste that we are generating. Second is your solid waste. Third is your liquid waste, and fourth is your this in a higher facility is your this mm, nuclear and this radioactive waste. So for all, every healthcare organization should have a committee for the waste management implementation, making policy, implementation, training, and this doing audit and for submission of the returns. For all, they have to do the return filing. Regular audit will focus on the generation type of generation. Then we have to focus on the, as I mentioned, 3R: reduce, recycle, and reuse. We have to focus on the reduction of the waste generation, then reuse various kind of the waste that are reused by after treatment and all. Then recycling that again as per the biomedical waste, you can see in the guideline also the recycling of this plastic, uh, the pint on the IV fluid pint and all. So that is used for the road resurfacing and all. Reusing doesn't mean that they are using for again IV fluid and all. Reusing, matlab, recycling means they are recycling and reusing there for other purpose. Just I mentioned the reusing of the waste, liquid waste after treatment, as per for the gardening, for the flushing of the toilet and all. So everyone has to do audit, focus on this 3R. Legal compliance is mandatory for all the four waste. Then final disposal, uh, SOP, and audit, and focus on this 3R. So every administration has to focus on 3R, and there must be a committee, and it should be a part. It can be a part of the HSSC, or there can be a separate committee for the waste management. So these are the admission and budget allocation. As per the requirement, the administration should provide budget for this waste management, budget for the segregation containers, then bags, then transportation trolleys, separate this budget for the healthcare worker training, then healthcare worker safety aspect. All. So these are the administrative aspects that one administrator should know. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, sir?
No, sir. Thank.
Any questions? Shall we conclude now? Hello.
Please, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
So please share slides, sir.
એમાં પપ્પાને એક વખત મારામાંથી આપ્યા હતા ને ચેક થી એટલે મને ખબર. 62 ને કર્યું ને પછી ડબલ ઠોકેલો એમાં કે આમાં ડબલ ક છે પણ નથી બચ્યો એવી કરી કઈ એવું જ હોય. મને ખબર મેં મારા પપ્પાને એક વખત આપ્યા હતા ને ચેક થી અને ચેક થી જ જોતા હતા મારા પપ્પા. હા, મારા પપ્પા એને કેસ નતા જોતા, એને ચેક જ જોતો હતો, સામે વાળાને ચેક દેવા નતો ને એ રીતે એમ. તો પછી મેળ જ ન આવ્યો, કોઈ પાસે મેળ જ ન થયો, પછી મારામાંથી જ મારા પપ્પાને કરવું પડ્યું. પછી હું કાઢવું હોય કાઢી શકું. ના પણ આવું તો ના ચાલે, આ તો ખોટું છે. બેંક વાળા થઈ ગયું. અમારું કનેક્ટ કેમ નથી થતું? આ શો ક્યાં હે કે સોમ ને
Please share the slides, sir.
રૂમ છે આમાં 57 છે મારો રૂમ છે
Can we stay or leave this meeting room? Hello? Hello?
એ બનાવી નાખ્યું છે હો મેં એકવાર.
Can we stay or hello?
I think there is one more class.
એમપીએસસી હે હા એ ફરીને લખી દીધા બે
Uh,
ત્રણ હતા લખાઈ ગયા છે
any coordinator?
ઓવર લખાઈ ગયો ના
Daksh,
પાડું લખાઈ
Not
ગયો
sure about that.
Daksha ma'am, can you
અરે
mute
એ
your Daksha ma'am?
આ
Hello,
પ્રોબ્લેમ
Daksha.
વાત કરવા દીધી વાત અમારે થઈ ગઈ વાત
Uh,
કરવા દીધી છે
please mute the Daksha.
વિડીયો કોલ કર્યો તો હજી અરે અમે બહુ વાત કરી છે મને એમ ન ગમ્યું
Hello, Daksha ma'am.